What is going on, guys? It's Wednesday, and that means it's paintball question time. Pro players getting paid and on TV. My thoughts on the Paintball Combine and electronic regulators on paintball guns. Matthew McElyea, I think I pronounced that right. Do you think competitive paintball will ever get to the level where those of us who play want it to be? Example, salaries, commercials, legitimate broadcasts, etc.? Maybe. I do see salaries possibly becoming a little more common, at least. We know that like everyone on Houston Heat and Impact get paid, and there's a few select other players around the league, in the NXL at least, that are taking home paychecks, but it's still pretty rare. There's really only one way though that players getting paid is gonna become normal or sustainable though. Someone on the back end is gonna have to be making money. So whoever's gonna be paying these guys to play paintball needs to see a return on that investment, whether that's from selling more products, selling tickets to games, Go Sports possibly getting more subscribers. They need to be able to see a return on that investment. They're not just gonna like hand out money for no real reason, most of the time. However they're making that money, whether it's teams selling merchandise, Go Sports getting more subscribers, or like their sponsors selling more guns that they can like directly attribute to sponsoring or giving players or teams money. And yeah, like I said before, there are players that get paid, but it's not really sustainable. Like we have Bart Yakimek of Edmonton Impact, Randy Smith of Houston Heat, and all of their players get paid. But soon as those two guys lose interest in this paintball thing and decide they just don't want to do it anymore, all the money goes away, and then like 90% of the pros aren't getting paid. I also think we've kind of moved past this whole TV thing, and I don't think it's ever gonna happen again. So in the past when paintball was on TV, it was there for two reasons. Again, making money and drawing new players in. So with TV, most of the people that were watching paintball on TV were paintball players. And that was a time when our player numbers were probably 3 to 4 times what they are right now. So even if you weren't getting new people watching it, we were still getting a lot of people watching it on TV. So those sponsors were able to make that money back and at least break even. And I think we would randomly gain new players from TV. Like guys are flipping through channels and just kind of seeing what's on TV. You'd catch paintball and be like, oh, that looks pretty interesting. Maybe I'll try it out. You go to the field, rent stuff, and then you'd keep playing paintball. But I don't think that happens anymore. So our target demographic for new players at least is probably like 13 to 35. How many of you that are like 13 to 35 are randomly just like flipping through TV? No one does that anymore. If you watch TV, you already know what you want to watch. You're watching stuff on Netflix or stuff that's recorded or Amazon or whatever it is. You're not sporadically flipping through channels. So those are the two reasons I think paintball's not coming back to TV really. We don't have the players like we used to, and it's not gonna draw in new people. Super negative, but that's my opinions and thoughts. Eric Agnew asked, thoughts on the Paintball Combine? Is it worth it? Do people actually get scouted? Yep, for certain. Yeah, I think the best example of that is that Justin Rabikoff of Edmonton Impact last year was at Paintball Combine, and they actually picked up Caleb Thorson to join Impact's practice squad. And he does go to a lot of the practices. Like when Impact comes down here into Sacramento, he's at all the practices, getting better, getting reps in with the team so that one day, hopefully he is good enough to actually make it onto the Impact squad and play pro. I mean, at the time of him joining, I think their practice team or like practice lineup or whatever we're calling that, he was ranked Division 4. So getting that opportunity does happen. And yeah, for sure, they scout and pick people up. I do think he's kind of a one-off though. It's not like everyone who was at the Combine, pro team wise, picked players up to join practice teams or whatever. So he might be an abnormality, but it did still happen. And you're also getting like instruction from some of the best players in the history of paintball. Like J-Rab again will be there this year, Greg Sewers will be there this year, Brad McElyea will be there, Ryan Greenspan will be there, and then there's a couple other guys that'll be that they haven't announced yet. And they also get an opportunity to play in an NXL 5-man in Florida in the winter. So I think it's worth it. I think that if you want to get better at paintball, you want some very hands-on instruction, maybe tips, teamwork advice, the Combine is an excellent opportunity for any of you guys wanting to get better at this paintball game. 007 Joe Vito asked, Do you think we'll ever see internal electronic regulators on paintball markers? Maybe something like a smaller version of the Angel Air? It's possible. Although I don't think they will ever be able to control regulators electronically. Like, I don't think you'll be able to like pull up a screen and be like 180 PSI and hit a button and it adjust it. Mainly because we'd have to have like motors and stuff inside the actual regulator. You couldn't just somehow control it with magic and have it adjust spring tension. But I really would like to see another regulator like that Angel Air regulator. So if you guys are unfamiliar with the Angel Air was an adjustable regulator. It was about that big, had a screen on the side of it. So on that screen, it would tell you tank pressure, output pressure, and then it would estimate the number of shots that were left, which I think's really cool. It's just really neat to be able to see instantly the output pressure of a tank or tank pressure, and for that matter, know how many shots you could get. So the way the Angel Air worked was there was a pressure transducer on the regulator. So it'd just tell you the pressure and then would calculate it and tell you information on a screen. And we kind of have that, right? So the Empire Vanquish has that. It will tell you the operating pressure, and the Die M2 also will tell you the operating pressure and the LPR pressure. So there's really no reason we couldn't see that technology adopted to work with a tank. Yeah, you're gonna get people freaking out because they're gonna have a new tank reg that's $250 or something like that, but it's definitely possible. And maybe as electronics get progressively cheaper, we could see an electric tank regulator somewhere in the future. I think it'd be cool. I think it's a spot in the market that a manufacturer could make a digital tank rig again and then stand out from other companies. Like, I think it'd be awesome if Planet Eclipse would do that. Guys, that's paintball question time. To have your question answered on paintball question time, leave a comment below or use hashtag PBQT wherever you would like. I'll find it, answer questions. To check out more paintball question times, go right there into that box. Click that and watch more paintball question times. Subscribe by hitting the circle button or the paintball room, my live store by hitting the square box.